Please rise as you are willing and able for our first hymn from the gray hymnal, number 361, Enter, Rejoice, and Come In. 361. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your ears to the song. Open your ears to the song. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your hearts, everyone. Open your hearts, everyone. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Don't be afraid of some change. Don't be afraid of some change. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. We bid you welcome. In this community of radical inclusion, we make space for what you believe and what you love. Your whole self is welcome here. In this community of open-hearted inclusion for all people, we do not expect you to think a certain way or restrict yourself to one set of beliefs. We only ask that you try to live a kindly, helpful life with the dignity proper to a human being. Welcome all who believe that religion is wider than any sect and deeper than any set of opinions. Welcome all who might find in our friendship strength and encouragement for daily living. We are so grateful that you're here. I welcome you warmly to the Universalist Unitarian Church of Farmington and to this worship service for all ages. I'm Mark Petrie, your service leader this morning. My pronouns are they, them, and I've been a member since 2016. I'd like to extend a special welcome to any visitors today. After the service, we invite everyone to join us in our reception hall downstairs for coffee and conversation. This morning, we are also delighted to have our younger congregants join us for the entire multi-generational service today. This is a time for us to be together in ritual and song, moving our bodies and celebrating the joys of our diverse community. Please take a moment now to silence your phones, but don't turn them off. You are encouraged to share on social media that you are attending today's service. Moving on to some announcements. If you have been visiting UUCF for a little while and are interested in learning more about us and what membership means, you are invited to join Reverend Karen and a member of the membership committee after the service in Adams Hall for a newcomer meetup. They will give a short tour of the building, share about Unitarian Universalism, and answer any questions you might have about this congregation. All are welcome. And also, come one, come all to another yummy UUCF fundraising event. Enjoy delicious chili and socialize after Sunday service on January 12th. Taste a variety of chilies made by your fellow UUCF members and friends, and then vote for your favorite chili. Winner of the cook-off will receive a basket filled with kitchen-related items and spices. To enter the cook-off contest, see Karen Duguay. Is Karen here? Oh. Maybe not today, right? Is she here, Brad? She's down with the kids, or she's downstairs. Oh, okay. Okay. Brian can point you to her too. Deadline to enter is today, January 5th. So make sure to do that. We have another special announcement from Reverend Karen here.
Well, it's not exactly exciting, but I did want to tell everybody I can try to do this once and just repeat it to everybody as much as you want. So yesterday I was on a walk and I'm just making sure you can hear me. Okay. No. Joe? Okay. Can everybody hear? Okay. Yes. Just wanted to make sure that the mic is on. So yesterday I was on a walk with my dog Letty in our neighborhood just around the corner, and I slipped on some ice, and I was holding something in my left hand and fell flat down with my left hand down into the sidewalk, and so went to the ER, and I have what's called a callus type fracture to my wrist, and so it's in a temporary cast now. This is what they did in the ER, so I'll be going to the ortho doc hopefully within a week. I'm calling them tomorrow, seeing when I can get an appointment, and then we'll see what they told me this is a temporary cast until I see the ortho, so we'll find out what happens, but I am pretty sure there is no surgery involved. But yes, so you'll be seeing me in a sling, and yes, it is kind of painful, but so I'm trying to manage with one hand. So just so that you all know, be careful out there on the ice. There could be consequences, so I just wanted to inform you all of that.
Okay. I'm sure all of our prayers and good thoughts are with you during this difficult time, Reverend Karen. I'll invite our chalice lighters up as I give our words for the chalice lighting today.
Are you coming? Oh,
I'm sorry?
he's not coming
Oh,
up?
Dante will do
Dante.
it. Okay. We are Unitarian Universalists who put love at the center of our lives. We light this chalice today to remind ourselves we are the authors of our own stories. And now please join me in reciting our UUCF mission statement, which is printed in your order of service. We seek answers everywhere, include everyone, and live with compassion. And I'll turn it over to our RE leader, Argo, with the Wonder Box today.
Hello and welcome. So my name is Argo. I use he, him, or they, them pronouns. I am your RE coordinator, and welcome to not only this Sunday, but also your first Sunday service of 2025. Woohoo! It's also the start of a new month, and our youth in the room, but also our adults in the room, should know that each month we explore a different theme, a different practice. Last month we were focusing on presence, and this month, maybe you saw it on the slides this morning, or maybe not, we'll learn about it in this Wonder Box. The Wonder Box is a practice to incite curiosity in our youth by using physical objects in a box. So today, I have
a guess.
You have a guess?
It's in a book.
There is something book-like. I'll tell you this much. It's something large, and something I don't want to shake too much because it came from my office. So, number one.
Could you help Argo?
It's in my...
Do you want to hold the box?
Do you want me to hold it?
Sure.
There you go.
Number one, we have a clock. Not a book, but stay tuned. Number one, we have a clock. Number two, we have a notebook that looks pretty empty. And finally, we have something to write with in this book. Okay, thank you. So, the clock reminds me of something that we all probably did just a few days ago. Maybe stayed up late, maybe counted down to something. And the start of a new year is often symbolic in people. What do people make? Do they make, we have a fancy word for goals that people make in the new year. We shout them out. Resolutions. It's my New Year's resolution. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take a walk every day, or I'm gonna drink more water, whatever. So people start thinking a lot at the start of the new year about who they are, what they want to do, who they want to be. New Year's is also the time of year that our society kind of says we are all starting over on a brand new slate. If 2024 was a bad year, 2025 can be a good year. We can start over. Okay, I'll let you guys in on a little secret. Our theme for this month is story, specifically on how we can write our own stories. So how do you guys think that the pencil and notebook relate to that. Go for it.
Well, it's like writing your own story.
Yeah.
Like
Can we use a mic? I just need everybody to hear.
oh,
Can you help with the mic?
well, you were talking about writing your own story there, and the pen and the pencil, or the pen and the notebook, probably represent that, like actually writing your own story, and stuff, you know.
Yeah, I'll take it. Okay.
I think another important piece, thank you, Dante. I think another important piece might be on how when we write back in a notebook, I don't know if you guys do this, but if you journal or keep a diary, you keep a diary? That's awesome. You can, one of the best pieces of it is that you can look back and see like, oh, what was December of 2023 Argo thinking? And I'll look and I'll be like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. What was that guy up to? So it's very similar on how we can use the stories of our past to define our future. So that all sounds exciting. So today our wisdom story will relate to that, and I will bring up my helper, Dante. So today I want to share a wisdom story with you called the Sankofa bird. The Sankofa bird is a bird with its feet planted forward and its head facing backwards. Its name means go back and get it to many West African cultures. Once upon a time, in a vibrant village surrounded by lush green hills, there lived a wise bird known as the Sankofa. The beautiful bird had bright white feathers that shimmered in the sunlight, and it had a special ability. It could fly forward while looking back at its past. The villagers admired the Sankofa bird and often sought its wisdom. One day, a child approached the bird to ask a question. You see, the child had been feeling confused about their future and who they were becoming, and they were worried about the choices they would have to make. "Excuse me, wise Sankofa bird," the child called out. "How can I find my way when I'm unsure of what lies ahead?" The Sankofa flew down from its nest and landed gracefully beside her, its eyes twinkling with kindness. "My dear child," the bird said, "don't you know we are the authors of our own stories? But to understand our future, we must first learn from our past. The journey of life is like flying. You can look ahead, but remember to glance back at where you've been." The child stared at the bird with a puzzled look. "How can looking back help me?" The Sankofa replied, "Think of your experiences. Each mistake and success has taught you something. By reflecting on them, you can make better choices. Just as I fly forward while looking back, you too can move ahead with the wisdom you've gained." Inspired, the child thought about their past and all that they learned over the years. They remembered the times they were afraid to speak in front of a crowd, but later found joy in sharing stories and thought, maybe I'll be a writer. They recalled the time they had helped a family member while they were not feeling well and thought, maybe I'll be a doctor or a nurse. They recalled how fun it had been to help build the neighbor's fence, and they thought maybe I'd be a carpenter. With each memory, they felt stronger and more confident about who they could be. "Now, child," said the Sankofa, "what do you want to achieve in the future?" "I want to be a storyteller," the child exclaimed. "I want to share stories that inspire others." The Sankofa smiled and said, "Then remember your past. Embrace your courage and creativity. Keep reflecting on your past. It will guide you in your journey." With newfound determination, the child thanked the Sankofa bird and set off to share their stories with the world, often pausing to remember their past and letting it illuminate the path forward. Thank you, Dante. All right, now, do any of our youth have any thoughts, questions, queries about the story we just shared? What did you think the message is?
It's a sprout.
We have birds are smart. Do you have that, Mike? And Dante?
The message of the story is that without looking into our past, we can't fully change and be ready for the future.
Thank you. And this is a question we can answer silently. I invite everyone to do this. Of what is something that we can look on from our past in the past year and say that is something I want to change and it is going to inform my decisions as I go forward. And that is how we can help author our future stories going back on what we've already learned. Thank you.
Let's see. Go, you have the introduction.
Thank you. So we talk a lot about our bodies, and of course it's kind of ironic since this happened to me yesterday. We're like living in our bodies no matter what they actually look like or feel like this is what we live through. And our bodies can also be ways that we experience and also learn from their great teachers. And so for our meditation moment, then I really wanted to encourage people to get flexible. Notice the ways you're being holding in some stress, or maybe you're holding in your shoulders, and try to feel the experience of being here in this room together with so many different people, some you know, some you don't know, and just feel this together today. So we are going to begin our exploration today with what we're calling a body prayer. If that word doesn't work for you, then substitute something else, but it helps you to feel a little bit more connected into your own self. So find a spot. Maybe it doesn't have to be exactly where you are. I encourage you, one of the things that I believe, but I haven't said out loud, is you can also stand up and move around if that feels better for you. Maybe sitting right now doesn't feel so comfortable. Consider that. You're not bound to the spot where you chose when you walked in the door. Find a spot, either sitting or standing, and try to bring yourself full, nice and tall wherever you are. Bring your back out all the way, stretch, nice and tall. And then you can have your eyes closed or open, whatever that works for you, and try to focus your attention in front of you, whatever it is that's in the front direction where you are. And now take a big breath in through your nose. And then slowly we're breathing it out through our mouth. Let's do that again. In through our nose, out through our mouth. Now we just find a good steady breathing rhythm and continue breathing, being aware of your own breath as it comes in and out. Isn't it amazing that our bodies do that without us having to tell our bodies to do it? It does that automatically. But when we can take a moment to intentionally breathe, we're slowing down our mind, slowing down our intentions, and just being here within our own selves. So we are going to begin with our hands in front of us to find our inner quiet. So notice how your hands are. They could be on your lap. They could be even outstretched if you want to. Just notice your own hands. And then, if you can, raise your hands up high to open ourselves to our highest dreams. Feel the way that feels like in your chest when you're expanding way up, your arms are up, your chest is open, oh my gosh, doesn't it feel amazing? Oh, we're letting things in, all right. And then we extend our hands out in front of ourselves again to offer ourselves in service to others. Let's take a deep breath in and then out. Let's do that one more time. So your hands are down on your lap again. And we'll just kind of stretch this slowly out in front. And then up to the sky, up, 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 up. Oh, feel all the energy going out through our fingers, out through our shoulders, out of our chest, all that tightness being let go. And we bring it back down, and then our hands back out again in service to others and to the whole world. All right, let's bring our hands back down into ourselves, because it's this practice of going up and then back in, the ways that we are here for each other and for ourselves. Let's take another deep breath in. Feel the air coming up through your lungs, into your nostrils, and then down, and we blow out through our mouths. And we're fully centered here into this space. And now one more thing we're going to do to live into our physical selves is the song. And so Joe is going to put the lyrics up on the wall for us. And Mark and Ellen are going to help us sing through it on their ukuleles. So Mark is going to introduce, we're going to sing through the verse and the chorus together, and we're going to learn it together. But the most important part of this song, though, is like learning to be comfortable with it, and we're going to practice saying a part of these words that could be challenging to some of you is, I love my body. Can you say that? I love my body.
I love my body.
Yes, God. I know we've been trained to believe that we don't like our bodies, but we are going to just practice saying that. I love my body. And then some of the other words that could be challenging for you, I'm just going to say that is, I love the way I look. Can you say that? I love the way I look when I look in the mirror.
When I look in the mirror.
Wow, you know, we've been trained that we don't like the way I look, but we're going to just practice. Sometimes you have to just practice saying words out loud that you may not necessarily believe, but if you just keep doing that, then like, oh, I do like the way I look. I do like my body. And then we're going to go through this song a little bit, and we're going to say, I am looking good. I am looking good. As good as good can be. And then towards the end of the song, then we're going to say to each other, we tell ourselves we love us every day. Can you imagine that? Because sometimes we talk about love, but we don't always say it out loud to each other. We don't always say it even to the people that we do love. And sometimes when somebody dies is when we remember, oh, we really should tell people we love them. So today we're going to practice saying we love ourselves, we love our bodies, even when they're broken, and we love each other. So, Mark, could you teach us this song?
Okay, great. Thanks, Reverend Karen. Yeah, Elle and I are going to give you a little bit of instruction here. We can practice together before we sing it all through. So here's the first chord. And so it goes, I love my body from my head to my toes. You try it.
I love my body from my head to my toes.
New chord. I love my face,
my eyes, my mouth, my nose.
Go for it.
I love my face, my eyes, my mouth, my nose.
I love the way I look when I look in the mirror.
I love the way I look when I look in the mirror.
Stand a little closer to see a little clearer.
I I stand a little closer just to see a little clearer.
You're doing great. All right, here's the refrain. Okay, this goes.
Who is that? It's me. And I am looking good as good can be.
All right, go for it.
Who is that? It's me. And I am looking good as good can be.
Okay, I think we got it,
All
right?
right.
Okay, so Ellen and I are going to give us 4 measures here of strumming, and then we're going to go for it. Ready?
And you are encouraged to act it out. Stand up, move around. I swear, be silly, have fun.
All right.
Yes.
We're going to be silly. All right.
I love my body from my head to my toes. I love my face, my eyes, my mouth, my nose. I love the way I look when I look in the mirror. I stand a little closer just to see a little clearer. Who is that? It's me, and I am looking good as good can be. So what do I say? I tell myself I love me every day. I love my body from my head to my toes. I love my face, my eyes, my mouth, my nose. I love the way I look when I look in the mirror. I stand a little closer just to see a little clearer. Who I am, you can too. You're worthy of your own love, it is true. So what do we say? We tell ourselves we love us every day. So what do we say? We tell ourselves we love us every day. Yay.
So how does that feel? Say it outside. I love my body. I love my body. I love the way I look. I love myself every day. And then in addition to all of that, saying, I hope you can too. Love your own self. Can you say that? I hope you can too.
You can too.
And you are worthy of your own love. And then finally, we tell ourselves we love us every day.
Ourselves, we love us every day.
Sometimes we forget that, right? Sometimes in community we're like, oh, sometimes it can just feel like one more task after another. Many of you serve on a variety of committees or different kind of things, and it can feel like, oh, here's another thing I have to do, and here's another thing. You have to remind yourself sometimes, I'm doing this because I love these people. I love this community. I love what we're doing together. That love is what is driving us because, I mean, really, all of you are voluntarily here, right? No one made you be here. This is a complete and utter choice on your part to show up because you've decided this is a community that you want to be a part of or you're exploring in some way, but you know it's important to you. So you have made the time and effort and life choices, including with your money as well, to support this community. So I really want to acknowledge that and to say we are going to be doing a lot of exploring what does it mean to say and creating our own story of this is who we say we are. So we're going to be doing that in a little bit with what you received when you came in. There's a piece of paper that said Blender Blessing on it, and there are some pencils. So I'm just letting you know that's going to come up in a few minutes, but you always have to give some information, right? So we're going to be doing a different kind of ritual. Last year we did a fire blessing ritual, letting go, but I decided, since, this is 2025, and we know that in a few weeks, a big event is going to happen in the Capitol that some of us aren't happy about.
Most of us
So we can acknowledge that perhaps many of us aren't exactly excited about 2025, and some of us are filled with dread, like, oh no, no, no. But so because of that, I decided that we needed a positive, forward-thinking, and how are we going to be together in a more positive way instead of a letting go way. And that's also one of the things I appreciate about the Sankofa story, is that we can look forward always and be informed by our past, but we don't stay there. Going to talk about something that for many people who have maybe some trouble with the idea of religion and with the idea of spiritual community. Although I know that many people are like, I like this community, but I'm not sure I'm crazy about these words. And so the word blessing may have a challenge for you. Some people are like, I don't know if I want to do that. So I'm just going to explore that with some information and probably some different way to think about it. So what is a blessing anyway? Like last spring, we had a glitter blessing, but that was for our Pride service, right? So many of you were here, and we had little bits of glitter that we gave to everybody. So we did a little blessing. It's just an acknowledgement of that moment. And as a minister, sometimes people ask me to bless things. If I happen to be at a community dinner or something, then people are like, oh, would you say something? And sometimes it kind of throws me off, because I'm like, I don't have any special access to the divine or whatever you believe is special any more than you do, but because that's not my personal theology, is that we all have access to these words. But sometimes people can expect something from somebody else, but we all have access to giving a blessing, writing a blessing. I want to share that this children's writer, her name is Sabrina Dearborn, she says that when we offer a blessing, we allow life's sacred quality to flow through us, whatever that is. For example, when we express a hope for someone or show them our acceptance, the sacredness flows through us and touches the other person, or whatever that works for you. Like we are believing in something and we're passing that on to someone else. A teacher, Henry Nouwen, says to give a blessing is to affirm another person's belovedness, to touch their original goodness. Here in Unitarian Universalism, we don't believe in the idea of an original sin. That's not our theology. We believe that everybody is sacred and beautiful and wonderful for the mere sake of existing. You do not have to prove yourself. There's no test to pass. There's nobody to say, yes, I've done so many things to deserve something. You deserve because you are. That's it. It's very simple. Sometimes when I explain that to people, they're like waiting for what's the catch? There's no catch. The catch is that you show up and you are involved in community and you're a part of us, and we believe that you have that sacredness no matter who you are. One example of blessings I wanted to tell you about was in the traditional Jewish world, shared by the teacher Rachel Naomi Remen. I highly recommend her work. She's written several very well done books. She writes in her book, My Grandfather's Blessings, she writes, according to Kabbalah, at some point in the beginning of things, the holy was broken up into countless sparks, which were scattered throughout the universe. These God sparks entered all things. There is a God spark in everyone and everything, a sort of diaspora of goodness. And so, God's immanent presence among us is encountered daily in the most simple, humble and ordinary ways. The Kabbalah teaches that the holy may speak to you from its many hidden places at any time. The world may whisper in your ear, or the spark of God in you may whisper in your heart. She continues, one is encouraged to acknowledge such unexpected meetings with the holy by saying a blessing. There are hundreds of such blessings, each one attesting to a moment of awakening in which one remembers the holy nature of the world. And in these moments of awakening, when the blessing is said, the God sparks or the spirituality within you are freed and the world begins to repair itself, to move towards wholeness. We are always moving towards that. That is our hopes and dreams. I wonder if any of these ideas may resonate for you. Maybe you've experienced a moment like that with someone else. Sometimes I think of a moment a long time ago when I was meeting a friend at an airport when they were arriving from a trip, and seeing someone that I had seen in, I think, in many years, like seeing that moment, and many times we tell each other, oh, it's so good to see you, and we kind of mean it as like, what a lovely moment we're having. But when my friend came off the airport, or the airplane and walked up, like, it was just this moment of, wow, like being in that moment of gladness and soul connection, and being able to say, I am so glad to see you. It is so good to see your face. To me, that is one of the moments of blessing that we humans can share with each other. Rachel Naomi Remen talks about the blessings that we all share, from things like being able to be grateful when you open the blinds in the morning and see the sunshine coming in, or a piece of a toast that you had in the morning. To me, it's less about where it came from, but for the moment of gratitude. And when I'm eating or having something beyond myself, of who are all the connections that have been made to make this meal or this moment even possible. All of these possibilities of blessings are a way for us to connect with something much beyond for ourselves. And these 100 blessings that she talks about is also a way for relational behavior. This is what Unitarian Universalism is. Like I said a minute ago, none of you have to be here, but we have this relationship with each other, that we are an ongoing building. This is a building of relationships, however you define it, with each other and much beyond. When we bless one another, we give something of ourselves. And we don't truly receive a blessing if we're unconscious of the one who gave it to us. So you have to be willing to give, and in that moment to be receiving. And I do not mean there's some kind of metaphysical magic or something beyond ourselves that makes that happen. I'm not saying that if we go around blessing things or each other, that things like the wars in the Ukraine or Gaza will immediately stop, or that the epidemic of gun violence will vanish, and racism and homophobia and patriarchy or climate change will end. We don't make those kind of claims here. What I am saying, though, is that healing, wholeness, joy, peace, equity, and justice begin in our practices of relationship, mutuality, power sharing, and vulnerability of all that we fear. We must generously practice kinship in the face of all the forces in our culture that seek to divide us. There are so many opportunities every day for somebody out there who's telling us that we're wrong, right? That's saying you can't be in relationship or friendship with this person or that person. But we can, if we choose to, open our minds. That brought me back to last summer when we were at the Livonia Pride, and so we did our glitter blessing here during the service, and then we were at Livonia Pride, and total strangers coming up and just having that moment, and Kelly was there, and so several of us, and Mark, and so we would just, in that moment, give them a touch of a blessing and say, I see you, I believe in you. And for people who have never been told that, or have been told that they are wrong merely for existing, that moment of blessing with another person that was a total stranger And we do it with or without, like there's no expectation of anything happening. It's just saying, I see you in this moment. That was truly affecting someone else's lives. And we don't know the outcomes of that, but we're there in that relationship. And in that moment, we let go of our ideologies. We let go of our differences because we're there to say, you matter to me. And even if I never see you again, you matter to me. And so today we are going to share some blessings with each other. I bet you have your blessing blender piece of paper. And so we're going to do a little bit of a ritual. So I encourage you to listen to some instructions. So if you got some extra blessings, that's a piece of paper, that's fine too. In a few minutes, we're going to ring this little bell over here, and then I'm going to ask you to write on your blessing, your slip of paper, but don't start yet. What I want you to write is a blessing for anyone in this room. It's not for a specific person, because we don't know who you're going to give the blessing to. But you're writing a blessing, and you're going to just say things like, for example, you might write, may you be blessed with good health, or may you be blessed by friendship. Or perhaps you'd like to offer a one-word blessing, like love, or peace, or comfort, or joy. One way to come up with a good blessing is to remember what you are thankful for and write that down in the form of a wish for somebody else. For example, I wish for you strength when you need it most. Or you could say something like, I am so glad you are here today. And one more thing, you don't need to sign your blessing either. This is going to be anonymous because I'm going to explain a little bit about that. So we'll all take a moment now to write. I'm going to give you about a minute. If you don't have a blessing, let Mike know. But if you, okay, Mike, great. And so if you are a young person who doesn't yet write, you can draw a picture or something on your little piece of paper. And I'm going to give you about a minute to think on what kind of blessing you might want to give somebody else. Does everybody have something written down?
I don't.
Okay. So this is called a blessing blender. And so we're kind of doing it like musical chairs in a way because we have these fixed pews and you can't just really move around that much. So I'm going to give you instructions and so you have to be, okay, is everybody paying attention? Okay. Because you're going to have to hear some instructions before we start moving, okay? And so when we come around this way, you just have to, we'll be walking slow. So it's kind of like musical chairs. So what I would like is when I tell you to stand up, but first the instructions. If you don't want to participate, you don't have to. Stay exactly where you are. But if you do want to participate, but you don't feel comfortable getting up and moving, you can stay where you are and just interact with people as they come around. So what I want to happen is for people kind of in this middle and over to come to stand in a long row here, and this middle and over on this side, the people on that side to go over on there, to stand in the aisle, to stand, and, but wait. I just need, does everybody understand? We have this middles coming over, the ends to that side and that side, and you'll be standing in a line facing the front. Just go ahead and do that. but if you need to stay there, you can. Okay. All right, so what's going to happen is that Diana is going to start to play some music, and I'm going to tell her when to stop. And then, wherever you are, you're going to read and give your blessing to somebody else. And then we'll be doing this a couple of times until everybody comes around. Now, so it may be that the people in this middle give a blessing across, for example. I'm sorry? Yes, you're giving them that blessing. So the first person, you're giving a blessing to it's the one that you wrote. But then, the second or third time, you'll be giving them the blessing someone else wrote. This is a blender blessing, right? So it's not just you're giving that to that one person, which is great, but we're just practicing sharing our blessings along. And so, let us begin. I want this group to start going that way, and this aisle to go that way.
And the outside group go to the back?
Yes, so this one will be going towards that wall. This one will, and this group will be going around. So both of you will be going that way.
And then you guys gotta head that way.
You'll go that way. Okay, wherever you are, give a blessing to somebody around you. Okay, find somebody else.
I don't have one to trade with you. We're not playing.
Thank you, though. Bless the Lions.
All right, find someone else. blessing came to you because you took the chance to be part of this gathered community today. Someone wrote this blessing from their heart, and now it is yours to keep. I hope this blessing will inspire you to use and keep using your power to bless. And may we always remember that the power of our blessing will help us create a world of true equity, true peace, true justice, a beloved community where all persons and all living things are held and respected as part of a greater wholeness. Blessed be, and amen.
And we make space every Sunday for authentic and vulnerable sharing, which helps to build this congregation into beloved community. We invite you to share what's going on in your life, to name your feelings and the people in your heart in need of prayer, good energy, best wishes, and other help. You're welcome to come here and pick up a stone or stones from the table, infuse or charge it with your joy or sorrow, and place it in the singing bowl where its energy will ripple out to be held by all of us. Or if you'd like to verbally share something important in your heart, please come up and speak directly into the microphone here. All are welcome to participate in any of these ways. one for the sorrows, and one for the strength of the gathered community that can support you and bring you peace. And now as we take our offering today, we have words from Kayla Parker. This is entitled, A Greater Good for Ourselves and Our World. We know that our financial contributions to this congregation come from sacrifice and hard work. We are so grateful for this and commit together to ensure the funds we gather collectively to do a greater good for ourselves and our world than they could have done alone. May there be an offering to sustain and grow the life and mission of this congregation. May we give in love and in hope. You are now invited to participate in the blessing of giving as the ushers come among you to accept the gifts of the congregation. You may also give online via the QR code on the back of the order of service. Thank you.
Remember, it's traveling music, so we'll be walking right out and getting everybody else. Should divide the channels.
And if you could please refer to your order of service, we can recite together our offering dedication. To the work of creating beloved community within and beyond these walls, we dedicate ourselves and our offerings. Thank you. Please rise as you are willing and able for our hymn from the teal hymn. Oh, no, actually, this is the gray hymnal, I think. Number 118, This Little Light of Mine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. We are Unitarian Universalists who put love at the center of our lives. As we go out into the world, let us remember that we are the authors of our own stories and are in charge of writing this next chapter.